wasn't expecting that. What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, back out with another video, and today we're actually doing something a little bit different than usual, where today we will be discussing the newest releases that just came out the other day from the WWE roster, more in the developmental stage. So, and I just wanted to give my thoughts on it because there were a couple of them that I really want to express my thoughts about and give it out there to you guys, and also let you guys know about the releases too. So with that being said, let's just dig right into this, shall we? So I'll start off with obviously the big one, that of course being Wesley, unfortunately. And yeah, I was kind of a little sad because I kind of already saw this coming, because Wesley, I think, is genuinely very talented. I loved his NXT North American title run that he had 2 years ago when he eventually lost it to Dominic Mysterio. He had a fantastic run. He had a really good feud with Obafemi last year over the NXT North American title. Then, of course, him and Zachary Wetz reformed MSK / The Rascals, so that was kind of cool, a little reunion there that I wasn't really expecting. Then we had Wesley's heel turn on Zachary Wetz, which actually evolved into a really good feud, I thought. The two matches they had with each other, I thought, were really great for what they were. However, the thing with Wes's release that I saw it kind of coming was after his feud with Zachary Wetz, he started to slowly stop appearing on TV after that. And they didn't really have any storylines with him. I think the last big match I remember him doing in NXT was the NXT Deadline match that he had again with Obafemi, Nathan Frazier. There were a couple other people in there too, where I was going, yeah, I'm not surprised, because they stopped using him, which they shouldn't have stopped using him, because Wes is great in the ring, but I definitely think under a new banner, I think especially since all the NXT superstars that have been getting released nowadays are going to TNA, I think Wes would suit best over there. I think he could pull out some really great matches with guys like Cedric Alexander, Leon Slater. So yeah, that was definitely the biggest one out of the bunch for sure. One that also kind of came to a surprise is Stevie Turner. Kind of shocked me about this release too is she's actually a pretty on-screen, she's actually a big on-screen character for NXT with this little partnership that she has with Robert Stone, where them two look after NXT while Ava's not around. Which, yeah, that definitely did shock me, and it kind of does worry me a little bit. I'm not gonna say for sure it's gonna happen or not, but since she got released, I have a feeling that maybe Pretty Deadly might get released, which that's gonna suck too, because Pretty Deadly I do love too. They're a great, fantastic tag team. I think they're generally entertaining, especially with all that Elton Strong stuff that they had in 2023. So that makes me fear for Pretty Deadly a little bit. Stevie Turner, she didn't really have much wrestling matches. She only, I only saw 1 or 2 of her matches, but then she went to an on-screen type character role, which I do think best suited her. I didn't think she was quite ready for the ring yet, so I thought that was a very smart decision, but she ended up getting released as well. Pretty much everyone else on this list here hasn't really popped up on TV much, so there's not really that many things to say. And then there's also LFG releases as well that you might recognize from that show.
Up first, we have Sexy BJ Ray.
And it was kind of like Wesley for me, where I kind of saw it coming a little bit. For those who do not know, I do watch the WWE LFG show. I've caught up and watched both seasons as a whole, and I actually do really enjoy that show. And BJ Ray was a very very big part of LFG. He added for a lot of entertaining moments for sure, even though I bet some of them were scripted just to add drama for the show, because it did feel like if he would have done that realistically, I think they would have booted him out of the door and released him earlier than that, than they released him right here. Because If you guys did not watch WWLFG, he actually lost a match against Drake Moreau and got kicked out and written off TV basically after Bubba Ray and Xena and Drake all attacked him. So I was going, yeah, he's either getting released or he's going up to NXT because they see major potential in him. And ended up being the second one, which, no, this first one. So, yeah, a little surprised, but also not really at the same exact time. One that was a big surprise for me, and this is one that I generally was kind of, like, not angry, but very disappointed at. And that one being Hayes Jameson, also from WWE LFG. As I said, I do watch the WWE LFG show, and Season 2 brought in a whole lot of new people, and Hayes Jameson was one of those new people. Where actually out of the majority of all the new people that they brought in, I thought she was actually one of the standouts. I thought her and Trill London were the standouts of both of the like men's and women's division of the new sort of people. Where I was going, man, really? Because in Season 2, specifically when she debuted, she added a very fun energy where she had this like goofy heel persona that I thought actually worked. Where I was going, yeah, I think she could win the next season if they keep her around. And they ended up releasing her, which that is a big major blow because I thought for WWE LFG Season 3, I thought she had a major chance of winning. She would probably be tied with maybe Serena. Like, those are the two popping in my head going, okay, next winners for the next season possibly. And then also P Nasty too. Those are the three that popped up in my head where I was going, man, I think they should. I thought, so that one was the one I was, like, most disappointed by, going, like, come on now, really? Then, there's a couple others on here. Gintala, or also known as Lee in WWLFG Season 1. Lance Anoa'i, Draco Knox, Summer Sorrell, and Hamar Hampton. Summer Sorrell was definitely out of those, I think, the most surprising for me, too, because I thought there was a lot more to do with her, because for those who did not watch WWLFG Season 2, she had this part in the show where she was in the semifinals match against P Nasty, but wasn't able to compete because she ended up hurting her arm. So, and she by default ended up losing because she was injured, even though she was willing to fight. Which I thought that could have added for a story for her to continue her story for WWLG Season 3, but that didn't end up happening. Hamar Hampton, I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce his name, was a prominent role in Season 1, and I kind of saw this one coming too, just because they didn't bring him back for Season 2, and I was going, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up getting released, because, I do think, and then also Lee as well too, didn't pop up for Season 2 either, so that kind of raised my eyebrow going, both of them are probably gone, aren't they? And yeah, and no hate towards them at all, but they were definitely, I think, out of all the group of people that you certainly did have in WWLFG Season 1, I do think they are the ones that definitely, out of each of their respective divisions, shined the least. Lee did have some parts about her that I did like I liked the cosplays, and I don't know how you pronounce his name, so I apologize in advance, but Hamar did have some decent enough matches, especially his last match that he had against Chris Island when he was a heel. I thought that was really solid too, and his like heel look too, so yeah, all the other ones I can't really comment about because I'm not too familiar with them. The one that I'm most familiar with is Kylie Ray, because I believe she used to work in AEW, correct me if I'm wrong. And I saw not too long ago when they did rehire her, and I was going, I don't know much about this person. So, and they never brought her to TV. They just kept her in developmental, and then eventually brought her to Evolve, which I don't watch Evolve. So, there's that. Lance and Anoa'i as well. I heard they signed, and they never brought him to TV. So I was kind of a little surprised by that because, you know, family members of the bloodline usually stick around, but guess not for this one occasion here. So yeah, a lot of those jobs, a lot of those releases did come as a shock to me. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's just my thoughts on all the WWE releases. Hopefully, this is the end of them. I don't want them to continue because, man, that would suck. Be sure to let me know your thoughts on all the WWE releases down below and which one hurt you the most. But with that being said, guys, I'll see y'all next one, everybody. Peace out.